Now let's talk about dictionaries and tuples. So in dictionaries, we have a method called items that returns a list of tuples where each tuple is a key value pair. So for example, if I have a dictionary and let's suppose I have a dictionary called D, and in this case, inside this dictionary, I have the key car and it is equal to 300, the key TV with a 220, and lastly a key K, and inside this K we have 500. And in this case, let's use the item method as we said before, and this method will convert this dictionary into a list of tuples. So D, we create a tuple, and we have inside this list D dot items, and let me print this D, and as we can see, we are going to get a list of tuples. So inside this list, we have a list by a square brackets, as we can see. Here we have square bracket and square bracket. So this is a single list, and inside this list, we have tuples. And this tuple is a key value pair. So as we can see here, we have the key and its value. So this is one tuple, this is the first tuple, and this is the second tuple, the third tuple. And as we can see, they are in pairs, key and value, and they are not in a particular order. So here we just created them car, TV, key. However, we can always sort them. So for example, if I use t.sort as a list and then print out this t, and I'll get here, I'm sorry, here I have t. Let's run this code one more time. I'm going to get car 300, TV 220k 520, but after sorting, I'm going to get car 300, key 500, TV 220. So as we can see here, they are sorted by their key and not their values. And they are sorted C is less than key and less than T. So this means that they are sorted in ascending alphabetical order by the key value. Now let's move on to multiple assignment with dictionaries. So for example, if I have a list of items, and in this case the items are tuples as we can see here. So here we just created a list of tuples, and I wanna use every key and a value in this tuple. So for example, we can use the for loop of key and value and this t, and we'll simply print out the key and the value. So let me print out value key. I am going to get, let's run this code one more time. I'm going to get 300 car, 220 TV, 500 K. So what are we doing here? We are passing through every element in the list we just created here, and it happened to be that the elements inside this list are tuples. So we're taking the key and value inside this tuple and printing them out. Now let's talk about multiple assignment with dictionaries. So let's suppose we have a dictionary that is D, car, TV, and K, and if I store them in a list, and I am going to sort them by their key. However, if I want to sort them by their values, how do I do that? So for the first thing we're going to do is to create the list. It is an empty list, and now we're going to use the items method or function. So for example, for key and value inside this d.items, and as we said before, this will return a list, and we are going to pass through every key and value, and in this case we are going to append to this list we just created l.append, not the key and value. We are going to append the value followed by the key, and in this case value key. And if we just want to see what is going to happen here, we can simply print l, and we're going to get I'm sorry, here we have an error that takes exactly one argument and two arguments are given, and in this case we are going to sort them as a tuple, and we're going to get 300 car, 220 TV, 500 K. And in this case, we just flipped the keys and values inside this dictionary and store them in a list, as we can see here. So we have 300 car, 220 TV, 500 K. Now let's sort them by their values, that is storing them by 320, 220 and 500, and we can simply do that by using the L.sort, and if I run this code, print out L, run, we're going to get 220 TV, 300 car, 500 K. However, if I wanna sort them in the descending order, I should use here an extra argument inside this parameter using the reverse, and it will be equal to true. So what we're saying here is that we are changing the reverse from false to true. So by default, we have the reverse equal to false, and this reverse would simply sort every list or the thing we're going to sort by the descending order. And in this case, if I run this code, we're going to get 500, 300, and lastly 220. And this is it basically for multiple assignment with dictionaries. That being said, this is the end of this video. See you in the next one.